Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. If you're here for the first time, welcome. My name is Martina, and for my regular viewers, welcome back. Alright, so today I'm going to do something different on my channel. I'm going to talk about tummy time for babies. But first, before I get into that, I want to share with you my story. In case some of you may or may not know, my daughter had her baby last year, 2018, right? August 28th to be exact. And she's my first child, and this is her first baby, right? So of course, you know, I had to be there to see my daughter have her baby and stuff. So I was in Trinidad. I live in Tortola, so I went back to Trinidad to be with her to have her baby and stuff. So the baby was born, lovely baby. His name is Liam, right? And he's doing very well. But I noticed that well, let me try and see if I get my information, my facts in order. Okay, so initially of course, being my daughter's first child, it was my duty to basically show her what it is I learned from my mother. Okay, but of course things change over the years and everything, and I've been a bit kind of out of it, you know, I haven't been with a baby even though I had my first grandson. A lot of things have changed, right, over the years. So what I was showing my daughter is that, you know, of course, when we feed the baby, feed the baby, take him for a little walk in the sun and stuff, we put him to sleep. Most likely he will fall asleep and put him to sleep, and we put him to lie on his stomach. That's how I learned. So I was teaching her that, but apparently her doctor had recommended that to put the baby on his back, right? This is something new to me, right? But of course I'm willing to learn, and we both learn together, because my daughter, what she would do when she was a little concerned about a certain thing, she would go online and do her research, or if not, she would probably call her doctor. They had a communication on WhatsApp, which is really cool. They would chat with each other on WhatsApp, and if she had a little issue, the doctor would chat with her and everything, you know. So we got along quite good. So we used to put the baby on his back to go and sleep and stuff. But I noticed that he would sleep, and he would sleep on his head to the side like this, right? And of course, you know, as the baby grows, right, you would test to see if they're seeing and smelling and hearing, things like that. So we would try to call out to him and see if he would respond, and his head would be to the side. I noticed he made no attempt to move the head. He would move his eyes, right? So that concerned me, but we said, you know, maybe we'll get over it and stuff. So my daughter checked with her doctor, and the doctor says maybe the neck muscles are a bit too weak for him. So it will take a little while before he gets into the routine to move his head instead of just his eyes. I'm looking at the color and this thing, it looks kind of red. So I have to figure out why this happens with this particular phone camera. Anyway, back to my story. So my grandson would keep his head to the side and look at you, just move his eyes and not his head, right? So after a while, I spent 2 months in Trinidad, and then eventually I left after 2 months. But before I left, I said to myself, you know, I'm really not comfortable with this. You know, it really concerned me. So when I came back to Tortola, I did some research and stuff. My daughter and I, we did research and everything, and we found out about tummy time. What is tummy time? Tummy time is basically just putting the baby to lie on his tummy for like about 3 to 5 minutes, as long as it's not irritable to the child. Okay, right? So during this time, you'll find the baby will try to raise up his head a bit, you know, and when he gets tired, he'll put back down his head, and eventually as he gets stronger, he might raise up his head a little more. You know, you might see them sitting up a little more, not really sitting up, but pushing up a little more, and they'll begin to use his shoulders or the hands to push up, you know. And then what my grandson started to do, he began to roll over. He will push with his hands and roll over, you know, so he will eventually get the technique. So my daughter started to do that, and she said that, you know, mommy, he's improving and stuff, and it helped with him to strengthen the neck, and he was able to raise up the head and move around the head some more and stuff, you know. So I was so pleased that, you know, this helped a lot, because, you know, like I said before, I was really concerned about him keeping his head like this. One of the reasons why it really concerned me, because one of my neighbor's family member, from a child, his head was like this. He would walk around with his head like this. Well, it may not be all the way like this, but maybe slightly twisted like that, you know. You were playing and stuff, and your head was slightly twisted like that. I never really asked the question why, but I'm realizing it may have been a situation like this. Maybe the mother did not really focus on it and try to get it rectified and stuff, maybe. But now he's maybe about 10 to 12 years old, and it's not as pronounced like this, but is it a slight little twist, you know. His head is not like this. If you look at him properly, the neck is a little, the head's a little twisted like this, you know, when he stands up normally, you know. But he has made some improvements over the years as he has grown older and stuff, you know. So when I noticed that with my grandson, you know, I said, you know, we need to focus on this as soon as possible. So if anything needs to be done, we're working it right away. And again, that's how we found out about tummy time, you know. So like I said, how it's done, you don't do it like for any length of period of time, just for like a 3 minutes, 5 minutes. If you find the baby starts to like fuss or start to cry and stuff, stop him, turn him over, and let him lie for, you know, let him do his usual thing on his back. I remember every day I would message my daughter, did he do any tummy time? Tummy time today? Tummy time today? I would keep on reminding her because I was so adamant that this thing be rectified, that he could grow this habit of just keeping his head to the side and not, you know, try to turn the head, you know. So he's doing very, very good. I saw him this morning. He's super, super fine. And I think his next phase now it'll be for him to start to walk and stuff. So if I do get any little clips or pictures that I could share with you, you will see it after this part of the video. I just had to share with you today what is tummy time and my experience with my grandson, right? My first grandson, I didn't really have that problem with him, so he was okay, no problem. Everything was smooth with him, no problem like that, you know. But this one is a strange experience to me because like I said before, I wasn't aware that doctors recommended you put your baby on their back to sleep and stuff and not on their tummy, like how I learned with my kids. Okay, all right, if you enjoyed this video, click on the thumbs up button, leave a comment for me, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. And don't forget to click on the bell next to the subscribe button. In doing so, you get a notification each time I'm uploading a video. Okay, thanks so much for watching. Take care. Bye.